Hey YouTube, so I bought this Metabo PSE 1200 Ripsaw off of eBay, and it's really cheap. There was only a couple bids on it, so I put a bid on, and that took a punt on it. Now it's obviously been heavily used, which was in the description, so I thought I'd tear it apart and have a look, just check it. It seemed to work when I got it. But I thought I'd open it up and have a look inside and see what was there. Halfway through doing that, I thought maybe I should video it and post it on YouTube. Maybe someone else wants to see what's inside. So if you're watching a video like this, I'm sure you've watched AVE's videos, and unfortunately I'm nowhere near as knowledgeable as him, so if he does a video on this, watch that one. But until then, this is probably the best I've seen online to see inside. I've not actually seen anyone open it up, so here we go. So basically that slot's in there, and this rubber beam folds over, and that's the saw. I'm sure you know what the Ripsaw is, but just in case, it's, it kind of takes these blades, so pop in the end and just right. So what I've done is pulled this boot forward and just undone these 4 torque screws. Now all the fixings on there are T20 Torx 20s, so nice and easy. Now what I've done, where I've pulled this part away, okay, down in here you can probably see the brushes are obviously they're spring loaded, so they've pushed in, and obviously it won't go back in, so I'm going to have to open up the other end and take the brushes out just to reinsert it. So obviously the Metabo is a Pro Tool. You can see she's a PA6 GF33, so nylon reinforced with glass fibre. I think 33%. Most of the tools, so like the Bosches and that I've got, and the Makitas are GF30, and I think GF33 might be only 3% more, but I think it may have been like the original design or something. I'm not entirely sure. It may be a sort of patented mix or something, I don't know. I'm sure there's people far more knowledgeable out there that can comment. This is the exact model, so obviously I'm in the UK, so it's 240 volt, 1200 watt, 6 amps, and no load speed is 2600 strokes per minute. So there we go. All of it, I mean, it's got the markings everywhere, PA6, GF33, all over it. Okay, so being a Metabo, like I say, it's a Pro Tool. It is built really well, built to last, built to take some abuse. But obviously I got this second hand off eBay, so I paid less for this than I would have for a new piece of shit from B&Q or Screwfix or whatever. The cable on it, I can only assume, obviously second hand like I said, so I can only assume this is the original cable, and this is actually a HA7 RNF cable. If it will focus, you would see that. Okay, HA7 RNF, 2C, so 2 core, 1 mil. I don't know what that is in gauge. 1 mil is quite small, but HA7 is a great cable. It's a double insulated cable. I think it's like 650 volt, 450 volt rated. Lovely and flexible, and you get tons of it. So if this was what it came with, I'm quite impressed. The only thing that makes me think it might not be is the plug on the ends. This looks like an aftermarket plug put on, for what reason I don't know. Possibly it came with a European plug or something. But so it comes with this made in England unbreakable rubber plug. Quite old school. It's not got the insulating parts now. But, yeah, you get, I don't know, I guess you get 3 meters or so of cable. So they've not scrimped at all there. Absolutely superb. So I'll just have this end off and we'll take a look in there back in a second. Okay, so all I've done is just remove that, taken out those 6 star pieces, Torx bits, and down in here you can see, so we've got the mains comes in here. Okay, we've got a capacitor switch. There's no made in country on it, but you might be able to look that one up, see what it is. There's no like clicky detent at the end. There's some nice resistance there. It feels fairly okay. And as you see, I've just popped the connection out, so that's a bit crappy. And then there's I think it's a little capacitor, possibly in there, 5 megaohms, 1.5 megaohms. There's a resistor. Oh no, there you go. So 0.15 microfarad, 230 volt rated, and some symbols on there you might be able to look up. Not a lot else. So I need to put that cable back in a second, and that pulls away there. You could actually see that capacitor, could you? Should have looked at the screen. So there we go. That's where the input goes directly to. Sits across the incoming mains directly there. 0.1 microfarad. So it all slots away in there. That's fine. We take that off. Then there's some more Torx bits to take this end off and access the brushes. So I'll do that back shortly. Okay, so taking those Torx pieces out, and just see how I can remove this. Okay, that's just a cover which comes back. Let's see if I can get this to a position you can see it. Okay, pop my cables out. Right, there we go. So we're at the back of the unit, and see all the cabling goes in. Okay, bushes are in there. Nice big brass holders for those bushes. So, and they're held in with decent fasteners. All these crimp connections on there. They look reasonably tight. Zoom you in a bit. Yeah, so there we go. So you can see down in, they're obviously sprung loaded in there and just rub onto the motor. Okay, so we've got obviously the main power cables coming over here, all nicely tied back. There's the windings. And we got some component here. What have we got here? Okay, so we've got 3 cables in, and got some markings on it. Come on, focus. There we go. So that's what's sat in there. I'll look that up if I know what that is. It just pops in there nicely. Nicely designed, it's real snug. And this is just plastic. I don't know if it's certainly a rigid plastic. I don't know if it's the same nylon glass fibre stuff we had before. So some of these bushes out, brushes out, well, brushes. He's muddling them up. That just pops out there. Come out, okay. Zoom in again for you. Okay, there we go. So a nice bit of copper braid comes back up to there in this quite substantial housing. Slots in there. I've got a little locating tab there which sits in there and looks like, you see down in there some sort of like a piece of paxulin. There we go. So that's just sitting on a piece of paxulin or something like that. So I'm guessing that's for the that withstands the temperature, possibly, because it's just sitting into this nylon. So it's probably a high temperature material there, paxulin or something. So the whole reason I did this was to release these so that I can push the machine back together. So I'll just take out the other one, and obviously exactly the same setup there. There is C3, so they're the same on both sides. Okay, so there we go. That was that's the back part. As you can see, what you'd expect from a Metabo. It looks very well designed and built. No obvious weak parts. Just smash the workshop up. Right, now here we go. This is obviously the central windings in the motor, and we can see on the laminated metal that they've balanced it. That's a machining mark where they've just made an effort to balance it. Now it's just one big chunk, so sorry, no, there's one on both sides actually. There and there, large chunks. Quite often you see a lot of smaller ones, so whether this is roughly balanced or that was sufficient, who knows. And these windings, you can see they're all they've got some sort of like lacquer or something over them. Some epoxy there, and the fan. The fan looks like a two-way fan. So, I mean, this thing's only going to go one way. You just pull the trigger and that's it. Job's done. So I'm surprised that the blades in here aren't directional, but they're not. So I'll just I did already look in here, so I'll split this open for you and just show you what's inside. Okay, this is the selector, which gives you a sort of rotational or simply backwards and forwards movement. Some Ripsaws have it, some don't. This one does. So that's just a bar which comes across and pushes inside to engage the rotary motion. So loads and loads of grease in there. No casting marks I can see. I assume this is aluminium, but it could be magnesium, I guess. None of this is my specialty, so you're better off just looking and making your own assumptions. Okay, so the main gear in here looks like a real quality item. See if I can zoom in on that for you. And like the rest of it, obviously, loads of dirty grease in there. So, obviously that's the end where your saw goes. So back out. And it's up on the top half, so we're moving this bit in and out, and obviously that gear comes through and turns this one, which is then causing that piece in there to move in and out. Okay, now obviously AVE would have all this apart, but I'm not going to go that far because I will mess it right up. So you can see like a connecting rod in there. I don't know if you can make it out as I turn it. And I'm guessing that there's quite a lot of slop in there, quite a lot of play. There is on this saw end, so I mean this thing's seen some use. So there is a bit of movement in there, although I know they're not the tightest of tolerance machines as it is. I'm guessing that movement's more than normal, but not unexpected on this kind of tool. And this seems to be just some sort of rod which you're rubbing down on the face in there. Again, it's got obviously quite greasy now. I can't see any sort of casting marks. But yeah, there we go. So it's what you'd expect from a Metabo, really. It all looks very well made, nice and heavy duty. I mean, this is, I would guess is a machined gear. I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell better than me. we call it greasy, so just looking at the edges, it looks really well made. It looks like a nice piece of kit. I could put a file on there, but no doubt that's going to be hard. Anyway, I'm going to put her back together. Thanks for watching. Okay, well, I just remembered to shake the bearing at the end, so this is a bit of a surprise to me. I don't know if it will be to anyone else, but there she is. China CWZ 809. No, sorry, I don't know if that was the right way. 608Z CW China, or Chinese bearing now. Right, so I've put it back together again, and before I did, I just took a scraping off of that casing, which is down here. If the camera will focus on it, and it's got a tiny little bit of vinegar, so just going to see, because I think if it was magnesium it would fizz. Okay, nothing at all, so judging by that, the way to tell. Anyway, so she's back together, and we'll see if she chooches. Put a blade in it. There she is. Good as gold. Lovely. Thanks for watching.